Hello everyone, welcome to MJ Hobby Corner. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm MJ and this is Julie, and today we have a double update for you. Just a simple update with the two of us. Usually Julie does the updates, but we're doing it together today. Kind of a little chat.
Switch it up a bit.
Switch it up a bit. Alright, so first things first, I want to do a couple of shout outs.
Yep.
Okay, first one is to Joy of Wargaming. This is a gentleman that I've been subscribed to. I really like his channel. It's very interesting. He has a lot on solo wargaming. And he plays a game called Chainmail, which we're going to mention in just a minute. And I really like his stuff. I love the way he narrates stuff. You should hear him. He just has a lot of interesting creativity with his narrations. And it's a very simple mechanic that he uses when narrating, like drawn maps and everything else. But it's just very interesting. So if you haven't heard of him, go check him out. His name is Joy of Wargaming. I definitely recommend him. And then my man, Earthman Brick. And Earthman Brick, you've heard me speak of him before. He has a very cool scratch build project that I just saw. It has to do with orcs. Very cool use of the scratch builds that he does. It's a very organic kind of technique that he uses, but it's very interesting. I really like his scratch builds. So go check out Earthman Brick if you have a chance. If you haven't already, go check him out. Great stuff. I always believe that it's just good to, shout out other creators. Whether big, small, doesn't matter. I mean, they all,
definitely.
Yeah, we all definitely kind of build on each other. It's a very interesting community we have, for sure.
Definitely. So. Yeah.
All right, so first order of business, what is it, Julie?
The roll-off! Yay!
Roll-off! Well, as you guys know, in our last poll, Rain in Hell and Grim Dark came out at 22% at second place. Stargrave actually won first place. And I'm a little surprised because one-page rules really gets the overwhelming votes. So I'm wondering if our community is changing. What do you think?
I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But anyway, so Grim Dark and Rain in Hell, 22%. So why don't we do a little roll-off and see who takes it for this weekend. Now, we're going to use a 6-sided dice. Even, Rain in Hell.
Okay.
Odd, Grim Dark. Or do you want it the other way around?
That's fine. Yeah.
That's fine?
Yeah. Sure.
So, even will determine whether we see you in hell. Or an odd will determine whether we will be fighting in a spaceship, in our new spaceship tiles.
All right. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
And Julie's getting ready. She's spitting on the dice. She's shaking it. She's blowing on them. Go ahead.
Are we ready? Are we ready? Woo!
Which will it be? Odd!
Odd!
The spaceship. All right. Grim Dark takes it.
It is.
All right. Don't worry, Rain in Hell viewers. We will see you in hell very soon.
We will see you in hell. I love the game. Absolutely.
Yeah, we definitely love Rain in Hell.
Yes.
But for now, we're going to do a special Grim Dark inside a spaceship.
Terrific.
And there is Simon,
Hello.
our general. He's our other tabletop general. We have many tabletop generals.
We do. We certainly do.
And yeah, he just does whatever. So sorry, guys.
Yep.
All right. So go ahead. What's our next order of business?
Patreon.
A little bit about our Patreon. We have 2 tiers, okay? And the first tier is only $2. $2 a month, and that gives bonus material. It's basically our general support tier. It's just if people want to support us, $2 a month, that gets me some dollar store supplies, etc., etc. And then we have the second tier, which is the first one is the Elite Corner Crew. Now, you guys here on the channel are our Corner Crew, but the Elite Corner Crew is on the first tier of Patreon. The second tier is, and this is the important one, the second tier is $2. No, $3. Right. I'm sorry, $3 a month. And basically that tier has all the extra bonus, like the games and the scratch builds. These are patron-only bonus videos. But that one also has digital material.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things is that recently I found a whole file of my old writing.
Mm-hmm.
I used to write for NaNoWriMo. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
guys know that, but it's basically for a month in November. You write, you join the organization, and then you write for that month consistently. You have to do something like 50,000 words or something like that, and you have to finish it by the month. And every day you input your word count, and there's an app and everything that counts your words and all this stuff. And then you also have, like here in Pennsylvania or in other regions where it operates, you have get-togethers. And so people will actually get together from NaNoWriMo in specific places, and people can exchange ideas. And if you have writer's block, it's a good way to go and join those people, you know, and talk and get out of that writer's block, right? And if you win, you actually get a writing software, which I used for many years, Scrivener, and, you know, other little perks. You can even actually get access to an editor, you know, which is really cool. So I wrote in NaNoWriMo for like 3 years. And so I have a lot of writing masked up. And I lost some of those files. And now recently I just found a bunch of them. And I read you a couple of them, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, now that I'm looking at them with fresh eyes, I can re-edit them, turn them into little narratives for games, turn them into ideas for people to use or change, whatever. They're not copyrighted or anything just yet. You know, I mean, certain things in the future, if I really, whatever, if I'm attached to it. The point is that they're going to be for people to use. And I'm going to turn them into like little scenarios, maybe for Age of Fantasy or whatever. Just little homebrew scenarios with that writing.
I was really excited when you found that because you had told me about it, and I'd been wanting to read more of your writing. I've read a little bit here and there, but I really wanted a chance to read more of it, and I didn't get to read it, but I did have it read to me, which was really, really cool. And it left me wanting to know more. It left me wanting to know more about the story and the adventures and all of that. So I am excited, and there will be a fluff video in the future regarding that.
Yeah, definitely. You know, writing has always been an interest of mine, specifically fantasy writing and short stories. Some of these files are incomplete stories, okay? But I can take a lot of the ideas. I mean, one of the files that I found is 300 pages. 300 pages. It was a whole story that I wrote about an elf. And, you know, I can definitely grab ideas from that, even if I don't use the material, but I grab ideas from that and create little short scenarios for games, put them digital, make them interesting, and put them up on my Patreon. And so people will have access to that in the second tier. How often will these things occur? It will depend. I'm hoping to have something once every 2 weeks, but it could be once every 3 weeks. It depends on the time, and I definitely don't want to stress myself, and I want to be able to give what I say I'm going to give.
Right.
So, and it's only for $1 more, basically. It's getting those drafts of writing. And like I said, it will include maps. It could be a map, you know, maps of different things with descriptions. And, well, there's a lot of things, a lot of digital things that I'm planning, including digital battle reports. So extra games that we play, instead of filming it, I might decide to just take pictures and do a written battle report. And for people that just want to read the battle report, it'll have all the pictures, all the turns. It's actually better that way, and I can actually focus on writing up the battle report, putting it on, and then you have an extra battle report, you know.
Would those battle reports be on the second tier?
Second tier.
Okay.
Because the second tier, anything that's writing would probably be included in the second tier because it's $1 more, and because writing is an endeavor. It's
of
hard.
course. Yeah,
It's not easy to just get the file. Sometimes you do get writer's
block. It's a
block.
lot more work, too.
It's a lot more work.
It's a lot more work.
Yeah.
So it's worth it for $1 more. But even the $2 tier, there's quite a lot of content that is available on the $2 tier as well.
Oh, yeah, for the $2 tier, I mean, we have all the bonus games and stuff, and then people get the videos like, I haven't decided yet how...
12 to 24 hours early.
Yeah,
right?
the 24 hours, that's
12
right.
12 to 24.
Yeah, right.
That's
so you just get them earlier. It's a simple little perk. It's a cool little perk. And then you get bonus material that's not on the channel. And that's the main thing.
And patrons would get shout-outs, too. They would get a list every video, or every battle report, maybe, or since we do so many different videos, maybe just battle reports, or however we want to do it.
Yeah. Shout-out to definitely, patron shout-out to definitely on all tiers, basically.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about that because a lot of videos start to migrate or have parts that are in the Patreon. Either both tiers get them, or one tier, depending on how special the content is. That's all.
Right, exactly. So consider that. Consider and taking joining that, taking a look at that, whatever, however you want to say it. Consider our Patreon.
You can become a Corner Crew Elite, or you can become a Lord of Fantasy with us, and that's where all the writing stuff will go in periodically. All right, I'm not going to promise you guys a book. It's going to be periodically. All right.
Sounds good, though.
All right. Yeah. So next thing are games. We've got a lot of games coming up, right? A lot of games planned. Yeah, well, if you guys can judge by my tank top, it is summer and it is warm, although there's a nice breeze coming in today. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too hot.
And we do have a cat in the window, one of the other generals. But summer's here, so yeah, games. Okay, and I may lower my scratch building in order to accommodate some of these games. I may do that because we can't do everything. And so some of my big projects, I wait. Once I get involved in a big project, then the games start going down a bit because I got to work on that big project. So
well, but also there's swimming. So, there's games and swimming and games and swimming, and that's...
Yeah, we do have our little pool, and I have to swim. It's great for my condition and great for her condition.
For me too, yeah.
So yeah, it keeps us well. There's a lot of exercise we do in the water, and so yeah, swimming is a must.
Yeah, because when we say pool, swimming in our pool, we don't have a big underground or in-ground 6-foot pool back there. We've got our little
Hobbit pool.
Our little Hobbit pool, but it's got a filter, so it counts. That's how I look at it.
All right, so the first game, we want to talk about an outdoor game. We're going to have an outdoor game on our property, probably on one of our shade stations. It has to be in the shade station. It can't be in the sun. We'll die. But we'll literally shrivel.
Especially, yes.
Yeah, especially like a gremlin. It'll just kill us. So basically, we're going to have an outdoor game. It could be the next game. As long as I can get the spaceship tiles to work out there, we may do it out there, or we'll just do a small game out there. But we want to have a game outdoors where you have the nice shaded outdoor lighting, so you can see everything nice, and it's going to be pretty cool. So that's coming up real soon. And what else we got?
Chainmail. You wanted to talk about Chainmail, right?
Chainmail, that's right. And I just gave the shout out to Joy of Wargaming. Thanks for your all of your work that you do on your channel. Chainmail. Now, Joy of Wargaming does a lot of work with Chainmail. Chainmail is it was by an author called Gary Gygax. Jeff Perrin and Gary Gygax, those are the two authors. The first edition came out in 1971. And, Gary Gygax, for those of us that have played Dungeons and Dragons for a long time and all that, he's he's a main author. He's done a lot of stuff. And Chainmail is one of those games that it could have been played with Dungeons and Dragons if you wanted to. It was a combat system. And
so this game, Chainmail, was from 1971?
Yeah, the original first edition. I think it's up to 5th edition.
You were 2? No, you were 1. And I...
Yeah, I was 1 year old.
You were.
That's right. I'm born in 1970. So yeah,
Yes.
1 year old when Chainmail first edition came out. But later on, because I got into Dungeons and Dragons very, very early in my teens. And so Chainmail was a thing, you know, it was around, it was a thing. And I never really played very much of it. I knew of its existence and I had friends that played it, but I never played it.
Mm-hmm.
So I own Chainmail, and I believe it's 5th edition. I have to check my files. But I want to do a spotlight on it. And I want to recommend Joy of Wargaming if you want more information of that game before I do anything with it. It's an interesting game. It's
cool.
Very strategy oriented. Okay, for those of you that have played it, you know it's very... I'm not sure how you'll feel about it.
Okay.
But we can try it.
Because it's strategy, you said?
Well, it's very strategy oriented, and just it's a game where you want to think about your troop movements.
That's what I like. I would love
that.
that.
I think you would like that because
I love strategy.
Yeah, you're
games.
into that kind of
for sure.
strategy. I'm gonna kill you right now. You're dead.
Mm-hmm.
And
or maybe not right now, but maybe in 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you suffer, kind of thing. In other words, it's not so much the hitty-killy kind of thing. It's more really, it's almost like a chess thing, you know? You're like, really, okay, how do I move this to get the best out of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's an interesting game, and I think we will use, I do want to do some gaming with it, okay? So we'll see about that. Okay, so that's what I wanted to say about Chainmail.
Awesome. So what do you want to say about Fantastic Battles then?
I don't know. You know, I'm totally blank now. I'm exhausted. I want to go to the pool. No.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic Battles. Yes, this is another excellent system. I want to try this. I've never played this. Julie, we're going to play this.
I know. You've been talking about it.
I've been talking about it. I did an MJ spotlight on it, so go check that out. Please do. Right now. Now.
No, not now. Wait till the end of this video and then go. Silly.
Okay, all right. All right, so anyway, Fantastic Battles. We're going to try it out, and I don't know if I'm going to use my little top-downs. We might use my little top-downs.
That was fun today.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
We played with my top-downs today. That's going to be the next update, and that video is going to go up tomorrow, I think. I got to edit it, but it's 2 turns, 1 hour war games, with top downs. It was a lot of fun.
It was fun. It was actually, we did more than 2 turns.
3 turns.
Yeah.
3 turns. So, but anyway, Fantastic Battles. We want to try that out. So join us for that. Some of that material will be here for you guys, the Corner Crew, and some of it is going to go on Patreon. Okay?
That sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
So, in the air, I have heard that 40K Air Battles is on your mind.
40K Air Battles. Well, I have a game called Aeronautica Imperialis. 40K Air Battles, essentially. I cracked open the box. I'm going to be working on those models. I finally finished Julie's Amazons. You'll see them soon. And we are going to work on these little jets. 40K jets. I mean, Orc jets, Imperial jets. There's Tau jets. There's all kinds of jets. Yeah, it's cool. And I don't know very much about the game, but we are going to be demoing it. A real short demo so that we can start learning the rules. And once we've played a couple of games, the game will be added to our polls for people to vote on. Okay? Aeronautica Imperialis. We're going to talk about the models. You're going to see me putting them together. We'll review them a little bit. Stay tuned for that.
Okay. Well, now I want an update on your dungeon out of felt.
Wow. How do I explain that?
You're right.
All right, folks. Let's go to this clip and I'll try to explain it. All right, so for right now, I have a couple of pillars. I have like a door here. Here's the stairs and then the elevation. And then I have like a door that's a tougher door, like locked and secured, right? That has to be bashed in. And they're going to have the little stone ring around it. And that's all felt. And then here's another pillar. That's one of my favorite pillars. I gotta make more of those. And then a little stairwell that indicates like where the models come in from, right? The entrance to the dungeon. And then all this stuff has to be, I'm gonna coat all of this stuff with felt and do, you know, some texturing and whatever on it. So it's not gonna be cardboard. And here's another staircase. And then it goes down. And this is the optional elevation. This is the tray I'm talking about. And then it goes down. I'll have to make maybe a ladder here instead of a stairwell. And then it connects to a couple of other tunnels and chambers, right? And then fill this up with terrain, and it's going to be very interesting. Here's another like little room. And I don't have a lot of felt tiles done yet because like I said, this is very experimental. But it's getting there, okay? And like I said, this is going to have to be flat. So I probably won't even need this elevation here. It's going to be flat so that the tiles are nice and flat, all right? We want nice, flat playing surface, so that's important, okay? So again, I just wanted to show a sneak peek on this. My Patreon videos will show all the how-to, but we're going to have a couple of little demo games with dungeons here on the channel. We'll have a two-player game with Julie and a solo game doing dungeon crawls as well, all right? So again, very experimental, guys. All right, folks, well, that's all we have. If in fact, it was enough, right? We showed you guys enough. It's a good update for today, Julie and myself. Is there anything you want to add, Julie?
No, I think you pretty much hit everything.
I did a lot of talking.
Well, you know.
Sorry.
Actually, believe it or not, he doesn't talk a lot at home. So maybe this is where you get it all.
Yeah, I know. I just sit on the couch and just stare.
Exactly.
And Julie's like talking to me, and I'm like,
yeah.
And then when I come on the channel, on the video, it's like, games, you know. What can I do? I'm a game nerd. So.
Yes. Yes, you are. But that's okay, because that's why I love you so much.
Aww. All right, so one word from our tabletop general. And what is that, Lady Llama? Subscribe. That's right. Or she will curse your dice till the end of time.
She will. She'll do it.
Yeah, she's an evil little Lady Llama.
Don't test her.
All right, folks, enough shenanigans. Let's get out of this camera. We got some couch potatoing to do. Mm-hmm. Have a great one, guys. And as I said, our posts will be reducing a little bit as I'm juggling all these things. But stay tuned. Stay with us. We'll talk very soon.
Please.
Please.
Take care.
Bye now.